If there's one thing we all love about MMA, it's the juicy, double naughty rivalries. And one of the absolute juiciest was the one between Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson. But before we deep dive their legendary UFC 114 bout, let's have a look at where they both were at that point in their careers. Sugar Evans joined the UFC after winning the second season of The Ultimate Fighter. Somehow he was a fucking heavyweight at that point, don't ask me how. And after winning his first four, he'd then draw with Tito Ortiz, absolute knobhead by the way. He would then follow that up with an impressive 3-fight win streak, first of all beating future middleweight champion and UK pioneer Mikey B. Then he would beat former light heavyweight champion and all-round nutcase Chuck Liddell to earn a shot at UFC light heavyweight champion and season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter's winner, Forrest Griffin. The fight took place in the main event of UFC 92. Griff Dog would have no answer for Sugar's pace and power, and Rashad would take the light heavyweight title. And then Machida would knock fuck out of him. As for old Quinton, he joined the UFC in 2007 after being a bloody legend in Pride. After one win in the promotion, Rampage fought Chuck Liddell for the light heavyweight title at UFC 71. And then one spicy right hook later, Rampage was crowned the UFC light heavyweight champion. Fuck me backwards, that could have floored a fucking rhino, that one. Look at that. Christ on a bike. Rampage would defend once and then lose his title to the aforementioned Griffin. Now that we know where we are in the division, let's get cracking with the real meat of this story. Here we go, UFC 98, the fight's gonna go down between two people who fucking hate each other. Rashad and Rampage, let's go. Oh, Rampage is injured. Okay, Lyoto, you get your chance, son. Then after Lyoto folded Rashad like a deck chair in fucking Benidorm, Uncle Dana officially announced that Rashad and Rampage would coach the 10th season of The Ultimate Fighter. In my not so humble opinion, the 10th season was by far the best season of Tough. Some of the contestants went on to be UFC mainstays like Brendan Sharp, Matt Mitrione and Roy Nelson. Another knobhead, by the way. And of course we got to see more of the absolute legend Kimbo Slice. Rest in peace, my good sir. But you see, usually on The Ultimate Fighter, the coaches don't really get along, but in this season, Rampage and Rashad got on like an house on fire.
2 on 1, 2
Because I was ready to break one of your mother ass, that's why.
You said what?
I was ready to break your ass, baby. I was ready to break your ass.
Well, maybe they weren't best mates, but the show was raking in big time numbers for the UFC and fans couldn't wait until the next week to see what was going to happen next. The UFC was constantly growing into the mainstream at this time, and this season definitely helped to kick that door down. That might have been the wrong terminology, to be fair. I should have used something different. After all this drama, UFC 114 couldn't come quick enough and the buy rates reflected that. It's the only event in UFC history to break 1 million buys with no title that does not have either a McGregor or Diaz name on it. The fighters were in the ring. They were ready to go. Nobody could wait any longer for this absolute spectacle to go down. And the fight was... it was alright. I mean, that was a good shot from Rampage right at the end, but apart from that, it was a bit, well, you know. But Rashad didn't give a monkeys. He'd won the fight. He'd won the grudge match with Rampage Jackson. Would he go on to recapture light heavyweight gold? Would he? Bollocks, he went 4-7 in his last 11 fights with the UFC. What about Rampage? What could he do with the rest of his career? Oh, right. That. Okay. But who cares? It was a wonderful rivalry while it lasted. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.